Good morning, friends. Uh, Time for the daily trade plan for 11th of June 2020. Right now it's about 6:40 a.m. Now today, I'm a bit technology challenged, and I'm for the first time trying out Zoom and the fancy screen share, etc. So bear with me if there are technical issues. So yesterday, the market was all over the place. Again, the view that we had yesterday that the market is in a sideways range played out. So broadly, we have now fixed the lower end of the range to about 10,000, and the upper end of the range should be about 10,300 broadly. Now, yesterday was also a very, very narrow range on the Nifty. On the Bank Nifty also, if you leave out the last, half an hour, the range was pretty narrow. Now, generally speaking, when you have these narrow range days, the next day is a, um, range expansion. But for that, you have to trade beyond the previous day's high or low. The previous day's high, I would think, is closer to, 1 second, is previous day high is 10,153, and the previous day low is 10,037. So if we start to trade beyond this 10,153, or we come back down and trade around the pivot, which is about 10,110 thereabouts, and start to hold it, that would act as a confirmation that maybe the market is beginning to trend. And that would be the first setup I am looking for, that the market comes down and trades around today's pivot, which is basically calculated from yesterday's data. Why don't I show you the way my spreadsheet is set up, and that will also allow me to show you what sort of spreadsheet I use. So let me try to share my spreadsheet. Okay, so let's see if we can share. So this is the spreadsheet. This is the pivot point for the day, 10,111. These are the floor pivots, the S1, S2, S3, and the R1, R2, R3. And these are the Camarilla pivots. The green one is the one where you have support, and the red one is where you have resistance. For people who know what I'm talking about, this is L3, L4, and this is H3, H4. Since we are on the topic, the support zone for the day is 10,078 to about 10,110. So what I expect is that we go into this zone and then recover, and then move towards the resistance zone, which for the day is 10,174 to 10,206. I have a very similar spreadsheet for uh, or data very similarly set up for Bank Nifty. Again, the day's floor pivot is 21,075. All these are futures values. Support zone is 20,922 to 21,104. Again, you should expect Bank Nifty to come into this zone if you have to buy, and resistance comes in at 21,467 to about 21,646. So that's how I set up my spreadsheet. These are the formulas which you can get from the internet or from the Pivot Boss book by Frank Ochoa. And these are the various dates. So every day what I do is I take that day's data and I just fill in to get the next day's pivot. S1 for today, for example, on Nifty is here, 10,068, and R1 is 10,184. Pivots is a very useful way of telling you where to expect turning points. Now let me show you the congestion zones that I speak about. Okay. Now I have very basic charts here, which are, uh, basically the uh, charts which are available on Zerodha. So those are the sort of charts I can show you. I don't know why I'm not uh, getting these charts. Okay, that is why I'm not getting it. Okay, so this is the congestion zone for the day on the downside. Okay, this was where the market traded most of yesterday. This is a 5-minute chart of the Nifty, and that is how you can figure out the congestion zone. This is the same support level that I just gave you. So that way you can have this sort of a congestion zone, and on the upside, if we can please bear with me because I am new to this. Okay. So again, let me clear this. This is the congestion zone on the upside or the resistance zone. So the principle is that markets go into this congestion zone on the upside and find resistance and come off. So if you have to design a risk reward trade, your stop goes in here, and what you are waiting for is market to hit congestion and reject it. If we cross above this congestion, then a breakout occurs till the next congestion zone. So in a ranging market, you are waiting for price to hit this congestion zone and come back. And in a breakout market, you are expecting that we break out of this congestion zone and go to the next congestion zone. Okay. So that is what you get to know on a daily basis. So today we expect that the market comes off and goes to the lower end of the uh, congestion zone, and from there you are able to do your trade. This is the congestion zone that we expect the market to hit. Okay, and it's important that it starts to reject lower levels. So that way, if your trade is successful, you get 1:2, 1:3. But if you are not successful, then you lose your nominal amount, which is below the congestion zone, and you are out of it. So this is as far as sharing of screen is concerned. I'll try to do this every day if I am successful today. But overall, I would think that today you have probably some AGR judgment on Supreme Court, some case, etc. So things are going to be volatile. Now, given the way we are opening here, I would think we will first go down, hit closer to say 10,070, 10,100, and from there we may get some amount of upside. So very similar to yesterday's session. So far, it does not look like we will have a breakout day or a trending day. But if we are able to broadly hold our pivot point for the day, which is about 10,100, 110, then it's possible that the market shows upside, although Asia is fairly soft. So I won't bank a whole lot there. So I'm planning to trade the ranging uh, trade on the Nifty, uh, wait for some downside, have modest upside targets. So maybe if you get closer to 10,000, 180, 200, that should be, uh, broadly your targets for the day. But overall, today will be a soft day for most of the day, and maybe towards the end or towards the second half, you find some sort of buying which returns. So basically 10,070, 10,000, 170, 200 type of zone. That should be it for right now. Take care, trade well, and please consult your financial advisor.